So in our previous classes, we discussed the various types of word processing tools that are available in the market. My focus in this lesson, I want to focus on how to create a text document using any of the word processing tools that are available in the market. Because I've installed Microsoft Office suite, that is M365 suite on my computer, when I want to access the word processing tool, I just come at the search bar and be able to search word. So it is appearing somewhere. It has disappeared. So I'll go to apps here. So you can be able to see that the icon is appearing. So I'll open it. I'll open Word. So here, taking some little time to open up. That is the splash screen. So it has automatically open, bringing you to this home tab here, or home window. So on this home window, you can be able to see various templates that you can be able to customize, or even get more templates by tapping on the more templates search there. Then you can be able to see the previous document that you have edited using the Microsoft Word application, and these ones that are appearing here are saved on the OneDrive cloud storage. You can also be able to access your account, update details, or even the product license whenever you've purchased a new. Maybe you've purchased a new office license that you need to use. So when you want to create a new document, you come, you select the blank document is already selected. So I want to create a blank document. I'll tap on it. So it automatically opens up a blank document which I can be able to type now. So to create a document, so let me type my first sentence here. So my first sentence is Chege, the man from Namanga. So that is my first sentence that I'm creating on a text document in Microsoft Word processor. So let us now look at how you can be able to open the word any other another word processing tool. So here we have opened the word processing tool created by Microsoft, that is M365 Word. So I've said you come to the search bar, search for the word as long as you have installed the Office suite onto your computer. Otherwise, you can come on the search bar, and then on the search bar, you will be able to see the M365 suite appearing. So that is where you can double tap on the suite. When you double tap, it automatically now you have to tap on the specific icon of the app that you want to access. I want to access Microsoft Word, so I'll tap on Word. So you can see it has now opened up. So when I want to access Word, I tap on it. Otherwise, you can come to the settings, apps, though it is not available there. So you'll only have to access it using the search bar or the start button. When you go to look on the apps, you'll be able to see it as a suite and not as a specific or different app from the rest of the suites. So let me close the Microsoft 365 text that I've just created. So I'll not save it. You want to go and open WPS word processing tool. So I'll come at the search bar and then tap search for WPS. So here the WPS Office icon is showing up, and then double click on open, so it is automatically opening up the WPS word processing tool. So here is the splash screen appearing, hopefully taking a little bit time to open. So here we are. You can be able to, when you want to create a new document, on the left side you can be able to see this menu that is appearing. So this is the home tab, where you can be able to see the latest document that you have created with the WPS. So for an example, you can be able to see, I was typing chem term 2 schemes today. And then, so if you want to create a new document, the word processor, there is a presentation slides, there is also sheets, there is also the PDF. So when you want to create docs, you can come and double click on docs, or you can come under the icon plus, that is new. When you double tap on it, it, is, it should automatically bring you here, so where you can be able to select the specific document you now want to create. So creating new docs. So double tap on docs, you'll be able to also see templates that are available in WPS Office. So I want to create a blank document. I'll come to blank here, plus just like previously on Microsoft Word. That is the same way in WPS. You can see when it is opening up that most of the features that are available in WPS document editor are also available on Microsoft Word. Also look at the number of tabs appearing here. They are almost similar to the number of tabs that are, with a little bit difference. They are almost similar with the number of tabs that are present on, and even the look, or how the ribbon has been situated. You can see it is quite similar to the one offered by Microsoft, that is Microsoft Office Word. So we are going to type in our first sentence in WPS. So let me get my sentence. My second is Chege, the man, from Namanga. So this is my first sentence on Word, WPS Word. So WPS Docs. For that purpose, I think we are finished. When we, in our data classes, that is when we shall be able to look at the differences between these applications. What application is best for use, and under which circumstances can you use this over this. We shall look at that. We shall try to compare between the different word processing tools that are available, either collaborative ones or those ones that are offline applications. So let me close the WPS of Docs Writer, and now we are going to look at another word processing tool. So no, it is taking. So let's go to Libreoffice. It is on my Libreoffice is already on my desktop. So let me save this document first. When I save it, that is when I can be able to now close the WPS. And now I have to navigate to my desktop. So we are going to create a document using Libreoffice. So let me open the Libreoffice that I've just installed on my laptop for educational purposes, like this one here. So when you want to create this one is a free. This one is free. You look, Microsoft is a bit expensive, and then we have the WP that I've just looked is also needs subscription, but is lighter compared to Microsoft. Even in terms of subscription, will not pay that much for the features that are available for use on WPS as compared to Microsoft Word. When you want to create a document, that is a word processing tool on LibreOffice, you come to you can see on the left hand side a menu where you will be able to tap on write a document. That is what now opens up the word processing tool editor creator or on LibreOffice. So let me expand. When I expand, you can be able to see how the ribbon looks like. Of course, it is also almost similar to the other application that you have initially looked at. With a little bit the difference, because you can see that it doesn't have as much details as in word processing tool, but is almost similar to WPS because they almost offer the same. The difference is that this one is free of charge. It is you don't have to pay for it to use it, unlike in Microsoft Word and WPS. So let me create my first sentence here. Chege is a good man in Namanga. So this is my first document I'm creating with LibreOffice. So when I want to save it, let me go to files, menu that is appearing, then click on save as. So I want to save it as uh, not untitled 2. Let me say first LibreOffice. LibreOffice. So that is my first document. Of course, you can see in Microsoft Word and WPS, the extension is doc or docs. That is docx or doc. And like in LibreOffice, and the other one we shall look at is Apache of open source, open office writer. The two, this one, LibreOffice and Apache of open office writer, came from one parent company, and they're using they are using similar uh, extension, but you can be able to change the extension. Of course, maybe 1 to 2010 or 365 word extension, or use. So it mostly supports the ODF, that is the type of extension it supports. We shall be able to look at it later on and see if there is any difference between the two. From there, we are going to open office, that is Apache open office, and there it is loading up faster. So when you want to access the word processing tool or editor, you'll come to choose text document. So it is opening up the text document. You can be able to see, let me expand it. When I expand it, you can be able to see there is a menu on the right. That is just like a quick access toolbar that is available for quick use in case of any selection you have made on the window. So let us create first sentence here. Chege, the man from Namanga. So that is our first word we are creating. Let me save it. Save as. You see, the almost all this. That is why when we are talking about the features, the key features that are found in word processing tools, you could be able to see that. You can now be able to see that the features we are talking about are almost similar in each and every of the word processing tool that we have accessed so far. So let me save it as untitled one, then close it. This is Apache Open Office Writer. We have looked at LibreOffice Writer. We have looked at WPS Docs. We have looked at Microsoft Word document. We are now going for cloud-based documents which include Canva Docs. So let me open the Canva app. It is one of the apps which allows collaboration. So it is opening up my earlier designs. I just want to go to the home tab. So when I go to the home tab, you can be able to see how the home tabs looks like. You can be able to create maybe magic layers, that is pictures. Can be able to access education tools. I'm a certified educator by Canva. Therefore, I'm able to access educational tools and use pro educational features that are present in Canva. You can be able to create a presentation, social media posts, or any video. You can also create videos using Canva. It is a one in everything app for websites, social media posts, the graphic and video designing, and so much more. So when you want to create doc, you come here on doc, appearing on the menu. Double click on doc, so it is opening up a blank word processing tool. So you can be able to see it has now opened up the blank word processing tool. So let us type a sentence: Chege the man from Namanga. You can be able to look at the ribbon, how the ribbon looks like. When you want to collaborate with another person, you come to share here, and that is where you can be able to share with a person. Maybe you want to share it with any other person. Let me say you enter the email address of the person you want to share, and give him access, whether you are the only one, you give out the access, anyone with the link, or give access to people who can act as collaborators, editors, commenters, or so. So that is how you can create Word. You can create a document using Canva Docs for free. Of course, here this app is available on, and it is compatible on. They have created compatible apps on each and every operating system. So we shall close it, and let us now go to look at another word processing tool. For this time, we are going for Google Sheets. So for us to be able to access Google Sheets, go to you can access it using a browser. For this case here, I'm using Microsoft Edge. So Microsoft Edge, just go to the search bar, type google.docs.com. So google.docs.com, docs.google. That is supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be that way. Docs.google.com. That is the correct URL that you're supposed to type into your search browser. So you'll be able to see that the recent documents have been able to edit or use or even customize on Google Docs. So when you want to create a blank document, type on blank. You can be able to access all various templates that are available on Google Docs. So I want to create a blank document. I click blank document, and it is able to open up. You can see how tiny the ribbon is, but of course it has almost any other feature that is available in any with a little bit difference. I've seen the difference maybe might be in terms of little smart chips that they've included here, and then there is also lack of some other important features that are present in other apps that are not here. The similar case to the collaboration tools or online web-based word processing tools are almost similar, and they have a minute number of features compared to other applications that are standalone or are able to be downloaded or installed on a computer as a suite, just like the Libreoffice suite, Apache Office Writer, Apache Office suite. Then we have WPS Office suite. Then we have Office, Microsoft Office suite. So there is a little bit difference, and we shall come to look at the difference later on in our classes. So if you want to this here, this is the title of the document we are creating. The title can be creation one. Creation one. Let us now type our first sentence. Chege, the best man in Namanga. So this is the first we are creating. You can be able to access the formatting using the different tabs available on the ribbon. So for this case, that marks the end of our presentation on Google Docs. Just go to your browser. It is freely available, of course, just like Canva. This one is also you can use it for collaboration. For example, when you are working on an assignment with other students, you can be able to collaborate, bringing the points together. You can see whatever each other is adding on to the document, just like in Canva. The same way is also done here. From Google Docs, I've said you go to your browser, search for docs.google.com, so you be able to access the free word processing tool created by Google. You can access it with or without your account. So when you access it with your account, you any document that you create will be able to be saved onto your Google Drive, just like in Microsoft. So let us look at, there is another Microsoft web-based application that you can be able to access over the web. So let us come to a new uh, tab. Let us open a new tab. Here we are going, so because I'm using Microsoft Edge, I can be able to access the online web-based word processing tool from the far right corner. So you come to the Microsoft 365 here. You click on it, and you are able to see the word application that you want to create. So you can create a word application. You can go to home and access the M365 Copilot. You can go to create a spreadsheet, PowerPoint, can access your mails, can access whatever you have saved in OneDrive. You can also schedule meetings on Teams. You can create notes or type your code on OneNote, and so many others. So if you are not using Microsoft Edge, for example, you are using your phone or Chrome or any other browser, you might not be able to access the Microsoft tab, just like in Microsoft Edge here, M365 tab, just like in Microsoft Edge here. So you go to your search bar and then type word word.cloud.microsoft word.cloud.microsoft. So I had initially search for it. Here it is opening up. This is the splash screen for the web-based application. I said you can access it without even without a laptop, without a desktop or any other uh, tool like mine here. You can access the web-based application even using your Android phone. So you want to create a new document, you can be able to access the previous documents you have created. Yeah, you see here, jump back in. I was creating the analysis of parting clouds, uh, and I will be able to continue with it later on. So you can also be able to look at the hundreds of templates, more than 100 templates available on the web-based Microsoft application. Then here can be able to see the previous files that I've been able to use. or customize or create or edit on Microsoft, just like Microsoft Word app. It syncs online with the OneDrive, and you can be able to access the file that you had created initially. So for you to be able to create a text document, come to create a blank document where there is a plus sign, then click on it. So it is creating up a blank document. So here the blank document is opening up. So you can be able to see how it looks like. So we can, it is almost similar because this one is M365. It is all is similar. It is similar to the application, but there are few features that are not present in the freely available. This one is free, just like Google Docs. The cloud-based Microsoft word processing tool is also free of charge. Unlike the standalone apps or office suites that are downloaded or installed on your computer, this one is free, so you can use it freely, although it has limited features. Unlike in the standalone applications or suites that can be installed on your computer. So here, let us type our first sentence of the day. Chege, the best man in Namanga. So that marks the end of our lesson today. So we have looked at how you can be able to create text document using Microsoft Word application, an app, or the Office suite that is downloaded on your computer. Number two, we looked at how you can be able to create a text document using WPS Office Writer. We also looked at how you can be able to create a text document using Libreoffice Writer. Then we have looked at how you can be able to create a text document on Apache Open Office Writer. We have looked at Canva Docs, we have looked at Google Docs, and lastly, we have looked at how you can be able to create a text document on the cloud-based or web-based Microsoft service tool. So those are the various word processing tools that we learned in our previous class, and that is how you can be able to open them, create text or even documents, and be able to save. So the file tab available, that is where you can be able to save as, to access print, to access export, and so many other functions that you can be able to access on each and every. That's why you now look at the key features that we were discussing in the last class of word processing tools and be able to link them. What is this that you saw that is similar in almost all these apps here? When we meet in our next class, we shall now look at the without although my focus will be on word processing tool, Microsoft word processing tool, but we shall try as much as possible to look at the various applications that you can be able to create text with, because at one time you need to work on you on a document and to find out that you are locked out of using Microsoft Word because of subscription. So what will you do? You need to maybe to go to the web based. You need to use the Google Docs. You need to use Canva Docs, or you need to install the application LibreOffice open source or Apache open office for you to use, or even WPS. So we shall be looking at them and how you can be able to format the text in each and every one of the applications. So have a good time.